Alright guys, so welcome back to Who Would Win, and basically these are the last few videos I was going to do on Vlaire, and I'm doing these videos here on YouTube because, well, I'm no longer on Vlaire, sadly, and my friend Jay from Mr. J's Comic Reviews had done a lot for me, and he made a lot of these thumbnails, so I figured rather than have them go to waste, I would do the last few videos here. I'd also like to stress that again, these fight videos don't have requests to them. They do not have, so please do not request anything for them. That's all. These are just videos I want to run out with. So anyway, so please do not leave requests in the comments below. Anyway, so let's talk about this fight video right here, and that one and this one is RWBY from the team from RWBY versus the Ninja Turtles. Yeah, we got a team fight here. So on the surface, we've got a 4-on-4 fight. We've got 4 very powerful females versus 4 brothers who have literally been everywhere and fought everything. So, this is a tough one. This is a straight-up tough one. So, let's talk about the Ninja Turtles first. What can I say about the Ninja Turtles? And also, for reference, it's more of, I guess you could say, the IDW Turtles and comic-based Turtles. But yeah, the Ninja Turtles in general have time-traveled, they've gone to space, they fought ninjas, demons, dinosaurs, sorcerers, time-travelers, Power Rangers, Batman! They've seen and done almost everything, guys. They've taken on literally almost anything, and we know all about the Turtles. Raph, cool but rude. Leonardo's the leader. Mikey, he's a party dude. Donnie, he does machines. It's, the 4 brothers have, Mikey, Leo, Donnie, and Raph have literally done everything and have fought everything, and usually they come out on top. Now, where their biggest strength is fighting together. Yes, they know how to fight side by side, but their biggest strength is them fighting as a cohesive team. That's how they usually overcome opponents, is when they're together and taking on an opponent as a united force. That's the big thing. And each turtle has their own strengths, and they each complement each other's strengths with their weaknesses, and their bond and, teamwork is through the roof. Fighting skills, excellent. They are clearly, these guys are not to be messed with. Masters of ninjutsu, just working on the team, a team on the fly. They could just come up with a plan right off the bat. It's astonishing, really. So, there's really nothing else I can say about the Ninja Turtles that haven't already been said. So let's talk about their opponent for this matchup. Or opponents, I should say. So, the opponents for this matchup are none other than RWBY. So, let's talk a bit about RWBY, starting with, well, RWBY. So, RWBY herself, very young, and of course her semblance allows her to move at incredible speeds. You also have her sister Yang, who is incredibly strong. Blake, who is kind of like the stealth member, and then you have Weiss, or Weiss. Why do I keep saying? Forgive me, it's like a speech thing. I don't know why I do that. But then you have Weiss, who is a master swordsman and can literally summon anything she kills to her aid. So you've got that going for her, and all the dust she keeps in her sword as well. Not to mention, their said weapons also can also become guns. So anything can literally become a gun in the world of RWBY. So much like with RWBY, the Ninja Turtles, RWBY can work together so cohesively as a team. But here's the other thing, is that they work very well separated. Like, they can work together, separately, but they work also, you know, they can also... it's not like with the Ninja Turtles where if they break up, they can still be a threat, but not by not by a whole lot. But it's different for RWBY, where they do, if they split up, they're still a credible threat. I'm not saying the Ninja Turtles aren't a threat without being a team. It's just that that's where their real strength is fighting as a cohesive team. RWBY can do that too, but we don't really see a lot of them working as a major cohesive team a lot of the time. It's usually one or two of them tag teaming something and then coming together at the end, or fighting alone. So you also, another thing you have to look at is that with all people from Remnant, they have a semblance, which acts like that is projected from their aura that keeps them from being too damaged. They can get hurt, but as long as their aura keeps, you know, their aura is not broken, then they're fine. It's like a personal barrier that acts as a person's shield. So the Ninja Turtles during this fight could be hitting them, and they're just wearing down the aura and not doing a lot of damage. This is also going to be a little problem because Yang is the more you hit her, the more she, you know, gets stronger. In layman's terms, the more you punch her, the more she's gonna hit back, and it's gonna hurt a lot more. And that's the other thing, is that each member of RWBY has their own semblance. You know, RWBY has her speed. Blake has her, you know, her... Why is the word escaping me? Her illusion, essentially. Weiss has her summoning. Yang literally turns into a goddamn tank when you hit her enough. It's almost like the Hulk in a way. But you may be thinking, well, yeah, then RWBY, everyone on RWBY's side is going to knock out the Turtles here. Not necessarily. You see, the thing is that the Ninja Turtles, while the odds are always against them, they usually come up with a plan, like I said, very much on the fly. Excuse me. They usually come up with a plan just like that, right on the fly. Whereas with RWBY, it's more like with RWBY, the team usually gets into a jam, and then they have to retreat, and then come back another time to fight them. It's not like with the Ninja Turtles, who very much adapt very quickly to their situation. So if they realize during this fight with RWBY that these girls, you know, their weapons are not really doing a lot of damage because they're just hitting aura, and also they're going to realize, hey, these guys have these girls have got freaky superpowers. Let's try to change it up a bit. And that's the thing, is that the Ninja Turtles are, like I said, they're excellent on just coming up with a new plan like that. Whereas the RWBY side, I'm not trying to discredit them, but the RWBY side, usually they gotta think of something. They gotta regroup. They gotta retreat and regroup, and then come back for another fight. The Turtles don't play like that. The Turtles usually don't play like that. But here's the other thing you have to take into account with RWBY. They have got, not only can their weapons act close range, like I said, they literally can turn into guns. So they could easily, whereas the Ninja Turtles, they don't have a lot of far-ranged weaponry. They don't keep a lot of far-ranged weaponry, aside from the shurikens and maybe smoke bombs, but really, they don't carry a lot of long-range weaponry on them. They have to be up close and personal to use their weaponry. So that's a major, another major thing you have to look at, is that RWBY could keep the Turtles back just by firing on them, just by shooting at them. They could just keep the Turtles from getting in close, where their weapons would be the most effective, obviously, and where they could do the most damage. But like I said, the Turtles could easily think of a way, like, hey, Donnie, Donnie, can you think of something? Or Leo, you got to plan. These girls are like putting some fire on us. What do we do? So that's the other major thing you have to look at, is that Team RWBY has to learn in order. They have to learn from their mistakes, whereas the Turtles instantly adapt to the situation very quickly. Ever so not very often do you see them cut and run. You usually see them, Unless it's something really bad. Unless it's something like the Shredder kicking the shit out of them, then they're usually there and usually thinking of a new plan right on the fly. But this is a really tough one, so you guys tell me in the comments below. Who do you think would win? If you think RWBY would win, put hashtag RWBY wins and list off the reasons why you think they would win. Or if you think the Turtles would win, put hashtag TMNT wins and list off the reasons why you think they would win. Just comment below, let me know. I'm really excited to see what you guys have to say about this one. And once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.